Hello students, today we are going to discuss the next topics of the first chapter, which is my body, in class 5 subject science. Okay, so in previous classes we had discussed about some sense organs, that we have 5 sense organs: eye, nose, ear, skin and tongue. Eye senses for the vision, nose senses for the smell, ear senses sound, skin feels, touches, pressure, temperature, etc., and tongue is used to sense the taste. Also, in previous class, we had discussed in details about the eye. Today, we will be discussing about the rest 4 sense organs, in which I am going to discuss the nose. Okay, so as we do know that nose is used to smell. Okay, it recognizes some characteristic odor or fragrance. Odor or some fragrance, that either it is a rose or another flower, good smell or bad smell, everything is correct, can be detected by nose. Okay, so in nose, suppose that it is nose. Okay, there is a nostril. Nostril is a small hole through which air goes, and inside the nose there are nerve endings, and these nerve endings are very much sensitive, and they can identify the odor. Okay, the next is ears. As we do know that all human have 2 ears, one on left and another on right of our head. Okay, these ear, what we see from the outside, this is the shape for the human ear. Okay, some animals like suppose that it is an elephant. Okay, they have eyes like this. Okay, they have very much big ears. Suppose that it is an elephant. Some other animal have ears like this. They may have rabbit or any other animal. Okay, so these animals which are visible to us are the external ear. These ear are external ear, which gives shape to the ear. Either it's like this, or a simple human ear, or an elephant ear. Okay, this part which is visible to us is known as external ear. Likewise, our ear has been divided into 3 parts. Suppose that it is an ear. Okay, so there is a gap over here, you can say a slit, through which the sound goes, and this part is called as middle ear. The outer one, this one is called as external ear. This part is called as middle ear, and inside it there is a set of some special organs, that is called as inner ear. Okay, the work of external ear is to direct the sound waves into the middle ear, and this middle ear has an eardrum and 3 small bones. What are those bones, student? Name of those bones are, I am writing it with different color. Okay, you should name it and I will advise you to memorize it. Okay, there are 3 set of bones. One is called as stirrup, second is anvil, third one is hammer. Okay, so there are 3 bones: stirrup, anvil and hammer. Out of those, the bone stirrup is the smallest bone in human body, so I am writing it here. This is smallest bone in human body is stirrup. This one is the smallest bone. Okay, other two help us to hear the sound, and through this middle ear this sound goes to the inner ear. From this it goes to the brain and we can sense the sound. I am recapitulating it once again. Sound enters in the middle ear with the help of external ear. External ear collects the sound and sends it to the middle ear, and middle ear consists of an eardrum and 3 small bones. What are those 3 small bones? Stirrup, anvil and hammer. And from the middle ear sound goes to the inner ear. So one more function of inner ear is to making it star. Okay, function of inner ear. The first one, it directs the sound to the brain. Second, it balances the body. It balances the body. So which part is used for balancing our body? The correct answer should be inner ear. Okay, where these 3 bones are located? The correct answer should be middle ear. And if I will ask you, which is the smallest bone in human body? Yes, it is stirrup. And which is the longest bone in human body? Yes, it is thigh bone. Okay, you should know it. I am writing it here once again. This is for you. Okay, for the memorization part, you must know this. Now we have known that smallest bone is stirrup, S-T-I-R-R-U-P, and largest bone in human is femur. Stirrup is present in the ear and femur is present at thigh. Okay, is it clear, student? Now we have discussed the eye, nose and ears. Now we will read about the tongue. As we do know that our tongue senses different taste. Okay, suppose that I am drawing a tongue here. And it is divided into 4 sections. Those are very much sensitive towards some flavors. Okay, so for better figure you can also refer to your book. It's page number 8, it is given there. I will show you. Okay, but let me discuss it first. The tip of the tongue is sensitive towards the sweet taste. The edges are sensitive towards salty. These sections are sensitive towards sour taste, and the bottom of the tongue taste is bitter taste. Okay, so this has been given in page number 8, as I told you, this figure. Okay, I will advise you to memorize this figure. This is an important figure for exam point of view. Okay, the next is our skin. Skin is the largest sense organ of our body, and this part, the upper part of human body or cover, is called as the skin. You should know it, and it helps us to feel pain, touch, pressure, temperature, either it is hot or cold, etc. There are sensory structures which helps us to feel the sensation. Okay, suppose that there is a hot water and by mistake you have touched it. Suppose that this is your hand. Okay, you have touched it. So what will you do? If you will touch this hot water, immediately you will pull your hand backwards so that you won't hurt. Why we have pulled our hand backwards? The answer is because we have felt the hotness of this water, and this hotness is felt by our skin. We cannot feel the hotness by seeing it or by hearing it or by smelling it, but we can feel hotness by touching it. Okay, so skin is also a sense organ in all animals. Okay, so apart from these sense organs, some different animals have different sense organs, like insects. Suppose that okay, there is a cockroach. It should look like this. Okay, and suppose that there is a cockroach. It has insect, so it must have 6 legs. Okay, they have antenna like structures which are called as feelers. Why those are called as feelers? Because such insects smell and taste with the help of these antenna like structures. So these are called as feelers. The house fly, which is present in our house, can taste with its legs. Okay, oh no, I don't know how to draw them, but I will try. Okay, in common language we used to call them as makhi. Yes, this is an housefly, or in common language we used to call them makhi. Okay, so they have general tendency to sit over anything. Okay, and these housefly taste with their legs. Okay, now the water animals. When we touch water, a special kind of waves are created, the ripples, like up and down. Suppose there is a calm water and we have touched it, or we have thrown a stone, immediately there will be some ripples ups and downs in the water, like this. The water will start moving like that, it will start moving like this. Okay, so these water animals can feel these ups and downs in water. For feeling these ups and downs, they have a special organ which is called as lateral line. Which are called as lateral line. So I am drawing a fish. Okay, so this is a fish, there's fins, mouth of the fish, its eye. We have discussed about eye in previous sections. Okay, so this line itself is called as the lateral line. This line is my lateral line. Okay, so this lateral line helps them to feel the wave, the water wave. Water wave, what does you mean? What do you mean by water wave? Water wave means these kind of ups and downs. Okay, these are the water waves. They can feel these water waves with the help of this lateral line. Okay, so for water animals, this lateral line works as their sense organ. Now moving towards the next one, the birds. The birds have the sense organ. The birds have sense organs like eyes, ear, etc. Through them they can see. Okay, if you have drawn some bird, like suppose that I am drawing a bird. Okay, so obviously they have an eye, they have eyes to see it, they have ears through which they can sense the sound. Okay, they can smell, they feel, they have skin. But beside these responses, they also make some different kind of sound. Okay, they used to speak, they tend to make different kind of sound through which they can communicate with other birds. They can communicate with other birds if they are in problem or they are happy, or they can talk, or okay, they can inform about their enemies. Okay, they make typical sound, and they can warn, they can give warning to their friends or the next birds. Also, you might have seen when birds tend to fly in the sky, they usually make different and very interesting shapes. Okay, they used to make very different and very interesting shapes. This also proves that they have sense organs. Some creatures like reptiles means like snakes, have long tongue. Okay, suppose that there is a snake. Okay, I don't know how to draw them. Oh god, whatever it is. Okay, so they have long tongue through which they can feel. Okay, the snake feels different kind of vibrations. It can feel the different kind of vibration on earth through its skin. Okay, and this long tongue helps them to feel and smell. It helps to detect the presence of enemy. Like suppose that there is an enemy and it's a snake, it will vibrate its tongue, and due to this vibration it can feel it. If it will vibrate it, then the vibration will go to the insect and it will come backward and it can feel it. Suppose that it is vibrating like this, so it will go like this, and after colliding from any insect, suppose that there is an insect, I am drawing it. Okay, so it will return, and after returning it can feel and it will take its food. Okay, so some reptiles have skin and some special tongue to make some sense. Okay, they feel through these organs. The next is mammals. All mammals have different sense organs. All mammals have 5 sense organs, but some animals have some special power. Either they can smell or see, or they can hear, etc. Like dogs can smell better than us. Okay, dog can see better than us. Dog, cat, etc. they can see better than us. Okay, and some animals, some mammals like bat have special capacity, have some special power to hear. Bat can hear very high pitched sound. And this high pitched sound cannot be heard by the humans, but bat can hear them and these high pitched sound are also called as ultrasonics. This is important, I am underlining it. Okay, very high pitched sound are called as ultrasonics, and these ultrasonics are heard by the bats. Okay, so these ultrasonics cannot be heard by the every animal, but bats have different and special capacity to hear them. Okay, so they don't have to depend on their eye to see their prey, to see their food. They can feel the ultrasonics or the high pitched sounds to catch the prey. So generally bat can detect their prey, their food, even in the dark, and hence bat hunts at night. All the bat, they don't hunt at day, they hunt at night. Okay, so this was the total discussion of the chapter, first chapter. I will advise you to go through the books, the figures, the terms. Okay, if you don't have book, then in attachment file I will try to upload the same, the book, images of the books. Okay, so in the next section we will be discussing about the question answer, something to know, fill in the blanks, match the following, tick the correct option, and the question answer in brief as well as the question answer in details, the long question answer. We will be discussing it on the next class. Till then, make revision, go through the book, and please be inside the home and be safe. Thank you.